Hello, everyone. I'm Rihanna Starr, and I'm so excited to have you join me today for this member spotlight with this lovely lady. I'm going to point this way, even though she's really this way, because when it records, it's going to show her on my right. Dominique McAuley.
Dominique McAuley.
And Dominique is currently a student of mine in our Unstoppable Real Estate Investor Boot Camp. And she's a freaking little rock star, has an awesome attitude. She's a single mom, but I'm not going to steal the thunder. She took me up on my invitation that I offer to any members in my group of doing a member spotlight interview so that I could introduce her to you, and she gets more visibility and exposure, but it personalizes the members in the group. It's open to any of you who want to take me up on this invitation. It's my way of introducing you to the community and having you be a real person to people. It makes you real, gives you visibility. So Dominique is joining me for that opportunity. And I'm going to start, Dominique, with why did you want to do this interview today?
That's a great question. So whenever I'm with Rihanna, it is amazing energy. Like, this woman is really unstoppable. She wears many hats, and just to have the opportunity to get this exposure from your network, my network, I think it's a great thing for me.
Awesome. Good. Yeah, and that's exactly the intention of these interviews, is for exactly that. So tell me a little bit about you and your background pre-real estate investing.
Yeah, for sure. So I used to work for a cable company. I did that for about 7 years until I got pregnant with my son, and I realized that I didn't want to hear complaints all day. So I left my my really good paying job, which was right out of college. It was the most money I ever made, to get yelled at. So it was freaking amazing. But that's when I found entrepreneurship. I put my resume out there, and a few people called me, and this one person called about insurance. Never did anything with insurance a day in my life. So I got hired with Mutual of Omaha. They took me through the trainings. I got licensed. So for the past 5 years, I have been a licensed insurance agent. I now solely work in the Medicare market. I love my seniors and they love me. So
we need to talk, because I'm going to take mine early and fund my retirement with it. So I want to take it at 62. So I need you to walk me through it.
Absolutely. It would be my pleasure. So that's what I've been doing for the past 5 years. I am still currently an active insurance agent, local to my area. So everyone knows me as the insurance girl. So I love that. Yeah.
Right on. And then when did the real estate investment bug bite you, and how did that happen? And, what did you see for yourself with that?
That is very interesting. So, I've always wanted to own property, right? And in my mind, I'm owning this big, beautiful $1 million property that just, it's market ready and it looks gorgeous. Oh, it's mine. And then come 2020, when everything started to shut down, I'm like, hey, perfect opportunity for me to learn about what I really want to do. So I invested in a program. They walked me through a number of things. It's so many different options in the real estate world. So, you just got to pick a niche, right? And I didn't understand that then. So my journey back in 2020, I did one wholesale deal. It didn't go right. And I ended up getting into a car accident on the way to the close, right? And that just took me out the box. It shook my confidence, and I just honestly I stopped, right? So everything got on pause. And then here goes 2022, and Miss Rihanna has this amazing women's group. And you're always throwing up posts, and one of your posts just struck me. And I think when we first spoke, it had nothing to do with real estate. I don't think we even got on the call intending to talk about real estate, but it led there. And I ended up signing up with you. And I'm grateful that I did because I love your energy. And like I said, you're unstoppable. You really are. And if I can be around you, like majority of the time, they talk about that 5 people and your top 5 people. So yeah, that part.
Right on, right on. I didn't know some of that. And thank you for holding me in such high regard. That's really nice. Now you're in our Unstoppable Real Estate Investor Boot Camp, and that's not what this is about, but what have you been getting out of it? Because it's a 12-week program. We're on week 10. How's that been helping you in your real estate investment business?
Yeah, so it took a while for me to get into gear. And now that I am there, what I will say is it's built my confidence phenomenally. Before I was just, questioning whether I was ready or whether I was good enough or whether I can do it. And, this group holds you accountable. You want action, right? You want us to come to the table and let you know, this is what I accomplished, or this is where I was stuck. This is where I need the help. So to be able to have someone to rely on, I have a number of people throughout the group that I can count on and call on if I have a question, because everyone has their own expertise and background, and it's pretty amazing. So I was able to get with one of the members who helped me out with pulling a list. So now I have 800 leads to call on. That is gonna take me to where I want to be. I have 800 leads to call on. And you know what? I'm realizing that the more you do the work, the more the results show. And I'm building up that snowball effect. So
and the confidence too. Yeah.
Super stoked about that.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you see as possible with your real estate investment business? Where do you want it to take you?
Yeah. So my intention is to by the end of this year to own a fourplex. So that is my desire, to have my fourplex. And along the way, I will be wholesaling some deals. I do have my buyers list who I was able to reconnect with outside of what I stopped doing back in 2020. So that was pretty amazing to know that I could still call on those guys and they're still ready to work with me. So that was the power of building those relationships. So I want my fourplex. I'm going to have my fourplex.
Yes, you are.
Process. I'm going to wholesale a few deals just to get me closer.
Little chunks of change in your pocket that you can use for the down payment on your fourplex. Absolutely. There you go. And what is it about real estate investing that you like so much?
The freedom. Entrepreneurship is not for everyone. It is not for everyone. And it takes consistency. It does. It takes consistency. It takes patience. When I first got into this game, I thought, it's, I'm going to do a couple deals in my first few months and get all this money. And then reality hit me like, no, you have to do work. You have to learn some things.
Yeah.
It's a process, right? So I'm going through that process now, and I'm grateful that I have the support that I need to get it complete. So the real estate journey for me is freedom. That's really my end goal. I get to spend time with my beautiful 6-year-old son. I get to travel. I get to make my own schedule. And what I have learned from Miss Brianna is I let my schedule be my boss. So that's the number one thing that I think I have taken away from this program, if not anything else.
So how is letting your schedule be your boss? How has that changed things in the way you operate?
Yeah, like I said, entrepreneurship is not for everyone. So having a 9-to-5, you have someone to say, hey, you need to do this or do that, or you got to clock in here, clock in there. There's no one on your back, right? When you're an entrepreneur. So I have to look at my calendar when I wake up in the morning and say, hey, this is what I want to accomplish. And if I don't do those things, I know I'm not going to get to where I want to be. So in the back of my mind, I have to have the courage to actually look at my calendar and say, okay, this is what I want to accomplish. This is what I'm going to do.
Yeah. And if it's on your calendar, you do it. It doesn't matter if you feel like it or want to. Okay. And you build flexibility into the schedule. If life detours or hijacks you, you take control right then and there and you move that chunk of whatever it was you were going to do somewhere else so that you can make room for life. It doesn't have to be, oh God, the whole thing's trash now. It's like, no, it's not. Just, all right, let me move some things around. Okay, good. I can make room for this.
Absolutely. A lot of hours in the day, even though it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah. So what else do you want people to know about you, Dominique?
Well, yeah, so I am open to networking, communicating, building rapport, building relationships. This is a relationship business, if anything, right? So,
And who specifically are you wanting to add to your network right now?
Buyers, contractors, realtors, if possible, other wholesalers that we can possible JV on deals.
Lenders, private money lenders, hard money lenders.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Okay.
yeah, it's a team that I'm looking for, and we can't be a one-man show. I've learned that if you're gonna do it by yourself, you're asking to fail. So the better, the more people I have on the team to help me throughout this process, the better.
Awesome. And if you had a message you could shout from the rooftops for everyone to hear and heed, what would that message be?
Trust yourself. Trust yourself, trust yourself, trust yourself. It took me a while to kind of understand, like, hey, you have all the tools, right? You have everything you need. And for those little things that you think you don't know, you always have someone that you can call on with that expertise. So trust yourself. It's a process. Be patient, right? Be patient.
Love it. Trust yourself. All right. So you want to connect with this lady. You want to connect with her. She's got great energy, very positive, always got a smile on her face. She's honest. She's a hard worker. She's a newer investor. Give her a break. Connect with her. You'll be glad you did. Dominique, I'm so glad you joined me and took me up on this offer for this member spotlight interview. And it's just a joy having you in my life and having you as a client.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.